And hello people, this is your host, Terraria Maxwell here, and welcome back to Terraria Walkthrough Episode 5. This was supposed to be the second part of the episode, The Wimpy Jungle. However, that doesn't look like it's gonna be happening. At least, not a direct second part. However, this episode will have a second part. We're going to go straight to the fight with Skeletron today instead of spending more time in the jungle because I accidentally got everything we wanted to get done off camera done. Like fighting the queen bee. That actually happened by accident, and I'll explain that right about now. Alright, so yeah, this queen bee boss fight. The reason why it actually happened was because I was exploring around the boss fight area, and I accidentally triggered its spawning animation mechanism thing, because it's very sensitive. Like, I think I hit it with my grappling hook, and that spawned the boss. So, I did manage to catch the recording, but I wasn't giving any commentary or anything. So, yeah. I'm just gonna let you guys go ahead and watch the Queen Bee boss fight, and I'm gonna talk about it more when we're actually giving live video. So, yeah, enjoy. Alright, and after that, just one more thing of note. I dug this hole here. I haven't covered it up. I should probably do that. But this leads all the way down to the underworld, so you will see that right about now. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, let's see. So what do we want to do first? There was something that I really wanted to get, but as we don't have a certain NPC yet, I won't be able to do that. But I can show you the 2 new NPCs we got. We got the Witch Doctor, who you can get from killing the Queen Bee. So that's his only requirement. And he sells a blowgun that does 27 damage for 5 gold, which is pretty good if you set it up right. That's his most useful thing at the moment, at least. And then we have Leonardo the painter. I know. Might remind you of someone. And he lets you paint blocks. And he has different wallpapers and stuff like that. However, I don't care that much about Leonardo. He's not the most useful NPC in the world. In addition, I've also gotten a new armor set. So if we come over here and open up our chest, we can see our crimson armor is no more. We are now wearing full jungle armor, which only actually loses us 2 defense, but it gives us 80 more mana than we would normally have. Also, I've found enough heart crystals to fill up our health. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're full on health. I've gotten some more gold. And is there anything else? I don't believe so. That should be it. And yeah, today we're going to be fighting Skeletron. Because Skeletron, as opposed to popular belief, is not actually that hard. So I'm going to head there right now. You're going to see all of this sped up. And by there, I of course mean the dungeon. We're going to fight him with our water bolt. He won't be a very hard fight compared to some of the early game stuff. Like the Eye of Cthulhu was probably harder than what he's going to be at this point in the game. Now,
something to keep in mind for the boss fight with him is he can only be summoned at night, so you have to spend your night very carefully fighting him the way that you think is going to be more effective. You have no time for dilly-dallying, otherwise he will turn into an unstoppable monster. Also, I don't think I ever mentioned exactly why you can't just go into the dungeon, and that's because until you kill Skeletron, they have this thing called a Dungeon Guardian, which has about 10,000 health and the same amount of defense, so no weapon in the game can do more than 2 damage to him. And that creates a problem. Because yeah, it kills you instantly, because it also does that much damage. It's essentially an unstoppable skull monster. So, to avoid this, you just want to go into the dungeon the normal way. Don't dilly-dally, don't use any cheating methods, because there's no getting around it. Whew. Okay, that was a mouthful. I also got some copper reflective dye, because I found a strange plant. Tell me what you think of that. And we're here. We're going to have to work quickly, because it's going to be fall on night soon. Like very soon. And we don't want to have to wait. Alright, I believe it's about to be night. Oops. Yeah, it's definitely nighttime now.
I'm going to go ahead and attempt the boss fight against Skeletron. Now, how you do this is you just right-click on him, the old man, and hit curse. Now, you may notice that his hands also have health, and that is no mistake. The creators, of course, did want its hands to have health, but you don't need to kill them. That's not a requirement. His movements are pretty noticeable and obvious once you get the hang of it. So I recommend that you study his movement patterns a fair bit, or try and pay attention to them at very least. Hey, water bolts, you do come back. Wait. That means that there's a floating island in the sky because the water bolts bounced back. That's cool. Nice. That's really cool to know. But look how little damage he's doing.
The only hard part of this really is having to use the sword. Oh, yay. Kill, 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 kill. I don't want it to get too dark for you guys here. Come on. Once you kill his hand, he's essentially a pushover. Yep, and now he's a pushover. Well, actually, he's been a pushover from the beginning.
Yay! We killed him. We didn't really get anything of significance. Except entrance to the dungeon, of course. And we're gonna go in there in a minute. But I have rope on me, and there's a floating island up there. I know it because I saw our water bolts bounce back. That's actually one of the most useful water bolts we've ever thrown. There we go. And we're here. This is our first floating island. There's usually about 4 of these in an average world. You just walk up here, open the chest, and we have a shiny red balloon. Nice. So we can take all of this. A shiny red balloon lets you jump higher. So the thing is, I don't necessarily want to replace any of our stuff with it at the moment, because it's not that important. Later we'll be able to combine it with something, but yeah, not that important, as I said. So let's fall down real quick. And let's start exploring the dungeon. Now, a lot of this is going to be sped up past the beginning, because the beginning is where I need to explain everything, and then it's going to be pretty tedious and time-consuming. So let's head down. As you can tell, the music changed. They have this blue torch here. Those are kind of dangerous because they cause monsters to spawn more frequently. Ooh, golden key. Already got one of those. Nice. So what those let you do is open these golden chests. And right off the bat, we get a shadow key. Nice. So that makes me wonder if we should just stop exploring in here at the moment and go explore the underworld instead. At least for right here at the beginning. You may notice that I'm taking my time hovering over all these bookcases, and that's because that's how you get the water bolt. Is that 2? Yes, it is. Godly, nice. So now we have 2 extra water bolts. They have a pretty identifiable shelf cover. Okay, now we have the bound mechanic, sorry. She sells wires and stuff, and you find her in the dungeon. There isn't really any requirements for getting her. Sadly, I don't see any more keys in here. So we're gonna have to move on from that chest, at least for now. I'm sure we'll find more later. Ooh. So many things. So this table right here is called a bewitchment table, and what it'll do is they have summoning weapons. So you can summon creatures to fight for you, and that essentially lets you summon one more creature than you would normally be able to summon. Ooh, golden key. Nice. Muramasa. Nice. I'm happy with that. That means we can make this really nice sword later on. So let's just loot all. Superior Muramasa. It's still not better than our sword, but we can combine it with something else to make a very good sword later. Like the best sword in easy mode, actually. Alright, so a goblin army is approaching from the east. That means we need to go home. And now. So, goblin armies are what we've been waiting for, actually. That's going to let us do a whole bunch more stuff this episode. We're going to get back to the dungeon probably next episode. I'm going to cut this video down so much. So, I'll sell both of these water bolts. I accidentally picked up a book. And this sky mill is almost entirely useless. I should probably put down this bewitching table. Except we're running out of room, so I'll put it down outside. Oh, it's here already. Alright, so I'm gonna speed all this up instead of forcing you to watch through it. Alright, so we've already defeated them. You may be asking yourself, well, what was the point of that? That went by super quickly. And you would be right. It did go by super quickly. That's because we have, like, the best weapon for fighting that invasion. But now we can get the Goblin Tinkerer. And also, since we're here, I want to go to the Underworld. The Underworld, as we've been there before, it's really cool. But they have shadow chests there, which contain really nice weapons. And we might get something even better than our blade of grass, at least for this point in the game. So that's why I want to go down there. And we're just going to go down there and explore for a little while. Won't be that big of a deal. We're almost there, and here we are. Huh. And I accidentally took some damage. I don't know why I'm experiencing lag in here. That is kind of strange. But I'm just going to explore here until we find a shadow chest, and I'm also going to speed that up. That way you don't have to watch through all the painful grinding for it. Alright, one other thing I forgot that it would be useful to grab is this Hellforge, because we actually will need one of those. So yeah, back to the grind. Alright guys, welcome back, and we've found ourselves a shadow chest. I know, it's really cool. And we're gonna open it, and yay, it's a Dark Lance! That's exactly what I wanted, actually. It only does one less damage than our Blade of Grass. But that's okay, because it's still going to have a higher DPS because of how lances work. Time to explain how lances work. So lances go in and out like this, which means they're extended for a longer time, and you can actually hit most enemies twice with them, which is pretty dang cool. Now, we're going to really want to explore cave systems. Like, we're gonna need a hunter potion for exactly what's going to be going on, because we need to find the bound goblin now. The bound goblin is just going to be, as you would expect, a goblin bound in a cave. We have no story as to how he got bound, but I'm sure it wasn't very nice. Okay. Hey, gold. That was an easy 10 gold. And there's another shadow chest. Thankfully, I didn't explain this, but the shadow key is infinite. So you can use it as many times as there are shadow chests. Sun Fury, but more importantly, life force potions. Sun Fury is a flail, so it has interesting mechanics. Silver bullets, we don't really need those. Hellfire arrows, don't need those. The life force potion is what I'm most interested in.
Let me throw away all this extra stuff. Where's that life force potion? Things always gotta go attacking me. Oh yeah, so it increases your maximum life by, like, what was it, 20% or something when you take it? Which is very useful for boss fights. Ooh, you see that demon over there? He's carrying something we need.
They call him a voodoo demon, and the reason is he's carrying a voodoo doll. I know it's not very creative naming. Guide voodoo doll. So to summon the final boss for the first half of the game, you toss that thing into lava. I know, we're almost getting to that point, yeah. Might not seem like it, but we're actually getting pretty far in the game pretty early on. And I still have a few things that I want to do before I get to that point. And that's part of why I want to find that bound goblin. So I'm going to cut here and go exploring, and hopefully we can find that bound goblin. Alright everyone, I found the bound goblin after a little while of searching. And, oh, this is so satisfying. Shop. Rocket boots. Gladiator helmet. I didn't see that I got that. Oh, that makes me look pretty cool. Not gonna wear it right now though. I do want to buy a few things from this guy. I'm gonna need 15 gold for the stuff I want to buy. So let's head back to the surface.
Hopefully he stays there while I grab our 15 gold. And I'm going to end this episode shortly. And in the next part, we're going to go into the dungeon. So this is the actual two-part episode. This is the first part of In the Dungeon, I guess I'll call it. So that's pretty cool. But there's just a few things that I really want to get.
So I'm going to get those things. Shop. This and this. Everything else is effectively useless to me. So, what I want is to get the fastest boots in the game, and the easiest way to do that would be with this Tinker's Workshop right here. First, we're going to need the Spectre boots. Now let's take off this, and grab an aglet out of the chest, and now we can make our lightning boots. Fleeting. Not exactly what I was looking for. Cloud in a bottle. Cloud in a balloon. Just a normal cloud in a balloon. Oh, but now we have a missing slot for something. Oh, I know. To make up for the lost defense until we get something better. Warding Shackle. I do actually have something better planned, but that's going to be saved for next episode. I'm going to end this episode here. So thanks a ton for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this first part, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.